Hello my friends and welcome back to the Outer Worlds. In our last video, we came to Monarch and we are currently in the renegade colony, I think, it's called Stellar Bay. That's what I'm going with anyway. We came into the Stellar Bay, I guess, city center proper. I don't know if city's the right word, but we're in it. And we've been chatting with people, questing, spying on people, hacking into things, lock-picking stuff, even hawk-picking stuff. I keep saying things wrong. But anyway, we are going to talk to Sanjar Nandi first today and see what he has to say for himself, because I get a feeling that he's the man in charge. I mean, he looks pretty snazzy, right?
Well, new business turns up at last. Celia, didn't I tell you our new statistics-based advertising model would be a hit?
That you did, sir.
How can yield improvements of 26.7% not quicken the pulse? How can 32% cost savings not moisten the loins?
You've often posed these very questions.
Please don't say that.
Clear my schedule. This newcomer has a meeting with me.
Hi, I'm... No, you have a meeting with me. That's very generous of you, sir. I'm not here to buy your stuff, though. Not in the way you think, anyway.
Celia, will you make a note of that for my self-review? Very generous.
Noted.
But not so generous I can't drive a good bargain. Now, who sent you? Rizzo's, perhaps? Or Auntie Cleo herself?
Nobody? Me? I'm just charting my own path, going where the wind takes me.
What a charming notion. One doesn't meet many free spirits in Halcyon. Not outside Tartarus prison, anyway. Forgive me, I'd be positively enraptured. Only, I take it this means you aren't here for Saltuna.
No, not really. If I have to eat one more weird science project passed off as food in this brat-fucked colony, I'm gonna stab someone. I mean, I don't think I'd stab anybody, but I just wouldn't eat it. Hey, it could always be both. You never know, maybe.
Now, there's no need to humor me. I'm used to this particular letdown. I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw the other corporations back to our bosom, but it seems we're back to the drawing board.
So I feel like if you guys weren't under blockade, would people be able to just come to you anyway? Like, I feel like that's the big problem here. Let's see. So what exactly are you hoping to accomplish? Yeah, if you're free of the other corporations, why would you want to bring them back? Sounds like a personal problem. Let's go with the second one, because I do wonder about that.
Because he's scared to go it alone. You need the board to hold your hand and tell you everything's gonna be okay. Ain't that right?
Surviving alone isn't as easy as it looks. Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut off from the board's resources and protection for 10 years now. Now, we've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the off-the-books nature of those transactions, such arrangements are precarious.
Yeah. And you're tired of scraping and scrounging and scraping by, is that it? Sounds like you're freer here than anyone else in Halcyon. Why not embrace it? I mean, I think they have tried to embrace it, maybe, and it's not going well, and maybe they are tired of scrounging and scraping by.
Yes, freedom is a tempting ideal, but a rather costly paramour.
Can't imagine why you'd sneer at the notion of a free colony. Could it be because you're an agent of the establishment?
Okay, Felix.
I used to be young and idealistic too, but you can't run a city on high-minded ideals.
Exactly. Intellectualism fuels the train to mankind's future, but the tracks the train runs on are forged from practicality.
Sounds like something out of the chairman's own notes, Vic.
Yes, it's as though the good vicar has plucked the very words from my brain.
I mean, like, I'd like them to be a free colony, but I feel like the board's keeping them down still, so now they're, I don't know. I feel like it's still too early for me to kind of, I don't like the evil overlords. I'm gonna try to not go that route, but I'm not sure how it's going to go. I'm way too practical-minded sometimes. So anyway, what are you going to do about it if all these problems? What's your master plan, Mr. Nandi?
Well, Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious plan to get MSI restored to the board.
On our terms, mind you.
Are you out of your mind? You can't just go crawling back to your old masters.
But we can't continue to subsist like this either.
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's time we took matters into our own hands.
I gotta say, I didn't see that one coming. So this lady knows what's going on. Enough preamble. What's the plan? Yeah, let's just cut to the chase. What's the plan?
It's a two-pronged approach. The first part involves seeing Stellar Bay properly defended.
Okay. What? How do you mean to do that? How long did it take you to figure that you need to defend your city?
Not long, but the devil is always in the details.
Oh, jeez.
And the salient detail here is a Bolt 52 cartridge. If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting the Bolt 52, we'll be able to become one of the most productive and secure cities in Halcyon.
And you'll have a powerful ally on the board.
I feel like I missed something again. So this Bolt 52 sounds useful. What is it?
Why, one of the strongest defenses in Halcyon. An extremely powerful ordnance.
I was starting to get bored listening to you until you said the phrase extremely powerful ordnance.
It is quite the rush.
Ordnance or ordnance? I don't know the difference of that one. So where do I find it? Once you have the Bolt 52, what's the other part of your plan?
I'll need to gather some supplemental materials, but I mustn't get ahead of myself.
You do tend to do that.
The Bolt 52 will be in the old arms building southwest of town, which used to be part of Stellar Bay before we had to move our walls in. And these days, it's overrun with marauders and raptidons.
Why are you saying that? Not enough perception. Well, I guess I'll go get your Bolt 52.
Do be careful. I've lost more than a few people to marauders and raptidons out there.
Okay.
Oh, and while you're at it, there should be a terminal in the arms building with some dangerous information. Perhaps you could delete it so it doesn't fall into the wrong hands.
Well, I need to ask stuff first.
What can I do for you?
I don't know if I want to delete it. I want to know what it says first. I met Grimm, the landing pad guard.
I see. And was his delivery of the MSI authorized greeting up to snuff?
He did a bang-up job. He's a world-class moron. Oh.
Well, that's excellent. I'll see that your feedback makes it into his review. What else can I do for you?
I have questions about MSI in the good old days.
Then it's good that I keep such meticulous notes.
How did MSI get kicked off the board in the first place?
I've asked myself the same thing many times, especially seeing as the legal mechanisms we employed were part of the board's own bylaws.
Do you mean that you initiated your own removal from the board? Yet you're getting ahead of yourself again.
You see what I have to deal with?
For many years, this planet was home to as many corporations as Terra 2, but back then it was known as Terra 1.
Okay. So, what happened to the other corporations? Terra 1 and Terra 2. I see the board put their best people on that one.
As you may have noticed, this planet has more than its share of hazards. And as the other corporations began to tally their losses, they decided to pull out.
But not MSI.
Our leadership at the time certainly wanted to.
And how did that work out?
Most regard Monarch as a lost cause. But there were others of us who saw an opportunity. The chance to improve working hours and conditions, to reform MSI from the ground up.
Okay, it's... Reforms are for quitters. It does seem very forward-thinking of MSI, considering they were part of the board, or some people in MSI.
It's humane, but it's also good business sense. Exhausted, sick, and malnourished workers are not productive workers.
Exactly.
Even a cursory review of the data bears that out. Anyway, we learned of a loophole in the corporate bylaws that would allow MSI to claim ownership of the entire planet once the other corporations pulled out,
Oh.
creating the perfect environment for us to enact these new reforms.
I take it your leadership didn't embrace your ideas, using the board's own tools against them? Clever. Who's this us and we you keep talking about? I want to ask all of these, but who is this us and we you're talking about?
Oh, well, there were surely other junior executives with more open minds, though none of them had the temperament to handle the paperwork.
Who are we talking about? You're being cagey.
But I was keeping my tone flat and maintaining eye contact. You weren't supposed to notice I was avoiding the subject.
Well, you know.
This is why you've never been good with presentations, sir.
Very well. Many, many years ago, Graham, Bryant, and I used to be collaborators of sorts.
Who?
Graham Bryant. He leads a group of extremists out in Amber Heights.
Oh.
But he used to be as much a part of the corporate machinery as any of us. Much as he likes to forget it.
Oh, so we helped you make your case to the senior executives?
Indeed, for all the good it did. MSI's then leadership wasn't enthusiastic. They insisted we'd be relocating to Terra 2 along with everyone else.
Yeah, yet here you are. I hope you gave him the finger. Guess you missed a transport? Yeah, I guess you missed that one.
Many of us chose to stay behind. And as the most senior executive remaining, I ended up in charge of what was left of MSI. I moved forward with our planned reforms, as well as our strategy to assume ownership of the planet. Yet not long after I renamed it Monarch, the other corporations dislodged us from the board and began an official campaign to paint us as lawless savages.
Oh. But wait, so the senior executive said no, we're leaving, and they left, and now the junior executives and below stayed. So wasn't like the upper echelon leadership of MSI still around? So why would, I guess I'm just confused a little. Like those why did they kick MSI off the board when it was just the peons basically making this like revolt, not the upper executives? And that's because that's all that matters, right? Okay. Anyway, why would they do that? You should have known you couldn't oppose them. That's low even for them. I mean, I know why they would do it, but we'll ask it anyway. Because I don't like the other two options.
I don't know. Everything we did was legal and above board. We followed their rules, and yet they still found reasons to declare us outlaws.
Your first mistake was expecting the board to cut you a fair deal.
I understand the sentiment, but if we can't rely on some sort of framework, then what do we have? I do think there's something useful in a governing body like the board. Something that keeps us from anarchy, but I dearly wish it functioned differently.
That's a fair point. I can maybe get on board with that. So why exactly do you want back on the board? What's the hazard clause? So, you used to work with Grimm. Why not mention that earlier? And you don't seem to think much of Grimm. I want to ask all of these. Oh, let's just start with the first one and see how much I can get.
Why wouldn't anyone? They own nearly all the resources and infrastructure in Halcyon.
Yeah, and once you go back to him, they'll own your dignity too.
Without the board, chaos would overtake the system. Working within the established order isn't a principle to snub one's nose at, Captain.
To be on the board is to be part of the colonial community, and being cut off means slow strangulation.
They've treated you pretty roughly. Is it worth going back to that?
I'm not a man to put pride before progress. If membership on the board can ease our hardships and provide us with opportunities, then that's the path I mean to pursue. Besides, I'm hopeful that additional leverage on our part will allow us a more equitable relationship.
What leverage? What leverage?
Don't get ahead of yourself, sir.
Yes. It'll be easier to explain once we have the Bolt 52. My hope is to maintain the reforms we've managed here, and who knows? Perhaps once we're restored, we could spread them to other corporations.
Is your leverage a very large gun? That's what it sounds like to me. So what's the hazard clause?
It's a legal provision that gives the board the authority to cordon off any planet or location that it deems dangerous.
Sounds like the board gave themselves the power to arrest an entire planet.
Right?
They would say it's for the greater good.
And they invoked it on Monarch. He does sound skeptical.
Monarch may be dangerous, but it's hardly the wasteland the board describes it to be. Whatever the board's goals, the greater good has little part in them.
So, you used to work with Grimm. Why not mention that earlier?
As far as I'm concerned, the less said about Graham, the better. Graham seemed like a reasonable man years ago, and we both agreed that MSI's treatment of its workers was untenable. I thought reforms would be enough. I didn't realize you wanted to abolish the corporate system entirely.
I didn't get to ask the other one. Okay, well, let's try. I'm looking for an information broker. Let's try that one.
Hiram? Why, he's probably still out at Devil's Peak. Not that he's had the courtesy to notify me, at any rate.
Why would he notify you? Well, how do I get to Devil's Peak?
You'd head south along the road and look for a mountain to the west. Not that I'd advise it. It's a terribly dangerous trek. But if you insist on going, I'd recommend taking a local guide. Nyoka would be a prime candidate.
If you can keep her sober.
Yeah. I'm gonna get pills for her. Okay, I guess that's it. Well, let's see.
Then it's good that... What can I do for...
All right, I guess that's it. Lots of information. Lots of information. I don't know how to process all this information a little bit. Because I don't know. I understand a little bit of both sides. Like, if you want to reform the board from within, that's not a bad ideal. I don't know if it's possible, but like throwing out the whole system might be just as bad too. I'm not sure. I need more information. So Sanjar's to-do list: review guidelines for annual self-review, select font for annual self-review, format annual self-review, schedule time to write annual self-review, write annual self-review, tell Celia she's been doing an excellent job. I mean, this guy. Oh, I want to steal the puzzle cube. Can I? Oh, dang it, there's too many people. Wow. Hello? This terminal is to be used by official communication on behalf of Monarch Stellar Industries. Personal files for S. Nandi, a summary report on conditions within Stellar Bay. Productivity has continued to improve since relaxing MSI's old restrictions and making allowances for employee benefits such as time off for illness and personal leave. 24.9% reductions in shift length and 52.3% more positive feedback. Fishery output is up 5.2% this year, showing a continuing but slow growth trend. Decreasing gains compared to previous years are likely due to the deterioration of materials and morale, occasional shortfalls in our supplies, and the gradual loss of personnel to marauders, 7.2%, hostile wildlife, 10.3%, and iconoclast recruitment, 17.4%. Who are the iconoclasts? Reconciliation with the board remains a long-term goal, but the immediate concern is defending the city from hostile elements. Repairing damage to the city walls consumes approximately 32.8% of our annual budget. The best solution would be an influx of skilled defenders and weaponry, but given the aforementioned factors and their effects on the local population, such a solution remains unlikely. Working slogans: MSI, our profit margins are stellar. Oh, jeez. MSI Saltuna, 43.28% more nutrient dense than the leading brands. Stellar Bay, a tolerant center of commerce in a hostile and chaotic galaxy. Okay.
If you leave town, watch out for iconoclasts. They're almost as bad as the Raps.
Who are they? Note to Otto. Otto, I've been checking your hours and you're well past due for some time off. Why don't you take a few days? You spend entirely too much time staring at the terminal. Sanjar. Are you Otto?
Here to do business with Sanjar?
No. Notes for revisions. Your report looks excellent. The numbers are font front and center, and you highlight our recent productivity gains nicely. One small adjustment, could you increase the page margin by 17.3%? I want them to match the formatting of our other reports for maximum readability. Sanjar. This place is weird. I want to steal this cube. Can you guys go away so I can steal the cube? Alright, that's just the other side. Let's stick to... See, it's big enough to have a second floor. Where's the second floor at? Okay, so I went in there yesterday. Oh, let's actually, let's go turn in a quest. Let's see. Oh, the new quest we got, Bolt with his name. Sanjar needs a Bolt 52 cartridge to defend Stellar Bay. He believes you can find one in the ruins north of town. So it was Herrick's handiwork. But let's change my mind again.
Smells like wrapped in here. Oh, it does work. I bought some musk from Sebastian to cover up the saltina smell.
Trust me, this is worse.
No, I needed to follow up with... Celia sent you to Velma Ballard. She's the one... Okay, so the quest is the Grimm tomorrow. This was the Tossball poster. We talked to Celia. Celia said to talk to Velma. And in the last video, we did actually find it. The poster in her office. But let's ask her.
Hey, Velma, I got your caffeinoid pills.
You're a lifesaver. Hope Abigail didn't give you a hard time.
Just the usual. Any word on Braxton?
Nothing. Don't know how much longer I can cover for him either. Give me those pills, will you?
Here you go. You know, you might consider a real night's sleep instead.
Who's Frederick? Hi, Frederick.
Plenty of work to do, especially with so many no-shows.
Frederick Halstead. You're a unique name person.
Plenty of work to do, especially with so many no-shows.
Ugh, whatever, it's fine.
I'd give you a friendlier welcome, but...
I'm here to ask about Grimm's poster.
This again? I swear, this is the last time I contract for any special requests. You can tell Grimm his poster came in. You can also tell him I got a better offer for it. So now it's going to Nell. That about cover it?
Who's Nell?
She runs the betting parlor across the way. Nice professional lady. She asked me about the poster once. Just once. Made a real generous offer, too.
So it's about money.
Damn right it is.
Yeah, you're gonna just give Grimm's poster away? Didn't he pay for it?
No. I paid Sublight for it. So it's mine. And when Nell pays me for it, it'll be hers. Grimm may have asked for the poster, but it's not his until I take his money.
Surely we can... Well, you still have the poster, right? I mean, I know the answer to this, but let's ask it.
It's staying locked up in my office until Nell shows with her money.
But surely we can work something out. I don't feel like she's going to. Velma does not seem like a nice person.
Sure can. If you want to pay me more than Nell's offering.
Work with me. I'm helping you to find Braxton, aren't I? Let's try that one.
Sure. And once you finish helping me, then we can talk about the poster.
Okay.
Fine by me.
I could just take it. But let's do the quest for her and then see how she acts. Maybe she'll just give it to us. But let's go back down here, I think. No, nothing to say? The Yacht Club. And up top was... Excuse me. Up top was... Yeah, Caleb Herrick.
Why don't you grab a chair? Sit a spell and revel with us.
Well, let's talk about Velma.
Got an update for us? We can't afford to sit this out for too much longer. Know what I mean?
Well, don't drink your money away. So Velma was embezzling from MSI. She's agreed to up your wages in exchange for my silence. I don't know if we need to be that specific, so let's just say you got your pay raise.
How'd you manage that? Wait, never mind. If I question it, it'll turn out not to be true. Besides, I never follow how you got Velma to part ways with the bit card of her own accord. As agreed, here's your compensation. Ain't a lot, but I hope it shows how much we appreciate all you've done. Now me and my friends here better get back to work before Velma blows a fuse.
Great. 625 bits, that's not bad. Oh, I can take all this stuff now up here too. Okay, so let's look for that quest. Herrick's Handiwork. You discovered that Velma has been skimming profits from MSI and used that to extort her into raising salaries. I mean, it wasn't her money to begin with anyway, and if she would pay people more, then they'd work harder. Well, they would just show up to work, probably. Let's actually flag... Which one was it? The secret people? Secret people. That's the one where Velma's other worker has gone missing and has no-showed for several days. And we need to do that quest in order to, in theory, get the poster to finish the poster quest. Oh, look, they actually are off to work. Okay, so we were coming down this way. We've done all that. We've done in there. We've done in there. All these evicted. I like it. I like it here. I mean, what are you doing?
You don't look like Sublight. Must be freelance.
I'm totally freelance. It's my thing. What's over this way? Left field tossball betting. It can't be stealing if it's just laying around on the ground. That's what I say. With the constable. Are they closed? Where does the store go? Oh, no, it's not someone's house. What is this place? All right, inside. We're gonna clean it out. So I don't see anyone in here. What is this place? What is this? It's pink and shiny. I have so many questions. All right. Why is the constable closed? Oh dear, am I stuck? Oh. Well, that was, I don't know what purpose that served, but oh no. How do I get out of here? Oh no, how do I get out of here? Well, that's not good. Oh, there's a letter. I was like, oh no, we're stuck. Okay, let's not go back up there again. Well, oh well, constable's closed. Let's go into left field tossball betting. Oh. Hello, Nell.
Ooh, you're the new face. Wow, you must be up on all the latest tossball games. So who do you follow? Wait, don't tell me. You look like a Hammersmith Thunder fan. No, Glacial H Mammoths.
I don't know what any of that means. But the two guys behind me over here, they may know more about tossball. So who has time to watch grown men and women hit balls with sticks? I'm not here to chat about teams. I play for Auntie Cleo's Darlings. Don't you recognize me?
The Darlings? Seriously? I mean, yeah, you're looking at the Darlings' newest recruit. Boss is a shoo-in for Rookie of the Quarter.
I'd heard they'd gotten a new hacker. Is that why everyone's making such a fuss about you? But what are you doing on Monarch?
Oh, this is part of a goodwill tour of Halcyon. We're meeting our fans across the colony.
Maybe we're not so isolated as I thought.
You get to listen to games all day? Stellar Bay really is a paradise.
It's pretty swell, but it's a whole lot better with company. Say, I don't think I've seen you before, and I'd remember that face.
I'll try not to be a stranger then. Name's Felix, by the way.
Let's listen quietly.
You should stop by more often. The games are always better when you've got someone to celebrate with.
Sounds like a good time. I wouldn't mind bringing a couple drinks and settling in for the pennant match.
Look at me, getting carried away again. So, what can I do for you?
Oh, I think Felix has a crush. Okay, so you said you were having trouble receiving Tossball game transmissions.
Graham's always filling the airwaves with this propaganda, like it's done him any good. All it means is the Tossball games get to us in fragments. Makes them real hard to watch.
Oh, okay. Velma tells me you outbid Grimm for a signed Tossball poster.
Signed by the Black Hole himself. There's no way I could pass that up. Why, did you want to see it? I don't have it yet. I'm waiting on a few customers to pay up before I can give Velma the bits.
I think it's really brave of you to outbid Sanjar's best friend. Could I trade you for it? Oh, let's try the first one. I mean, I'm already lied about being a Tossball player. Why not just in for a penny, right?
You mean dopey landing pad Grimm? I didn't know he and Mr. Nandi were friends. I guess that changes things. Fine. Tell Velma that I don't want the poster anymore. I'll find something else to hang in my shop.
Okay, bye. Do you like her?
You think the people in Stellar Bay ever get used to this smell?
Probably not. Okay. Oh, there's the Vicar.
By verity, by strength.
Oh, Vicar.
What are we contemplating today?
I don't know. All right, let's see. Anything else? Well, I'm sure there's lots of things else. Where do these stairs go? Medical engineers. Unauthorized use will warrant action from your site safety engineer. Employee login. Login Williams. Patient records. Nyoka. Medical engineer notes. Caffeinoid allotment standard. Liver damage likely the result of prolonged alcoholism. Attitude problems like the result of prolonged alcoholism. Frequent social withdrawal likely the result of prolonged alcoholism. Increased caffeinoid. Oh, okay, I see. Turn to root. Data storage. E. Williams. Notes from experiments conducted by Dr. E. Williams. Reactism and pep you up. I had hypothesized that this combination might awaken my mind and senses to the greater realities around us. If that is true, then it seems my faculties were quite overwhelmed in this instant. Shortly after the dosage, I experienced cold sweats, tremors, I was to say tumors, oh my goodness, tremors and mild paranoia. It is perhaps due to these latter effects that most of my notes from the episode are of little use. Nevertheless, the effects were most invigorating. I will have to attempt a milder dosage once heart palpitations subside. So we have bushy berry extract and debilirol. After my previous experience, I theorized that deadening the external senses might allow the mind's eye to glimpse the eternal. Alas, I was only partially successful. The combination of substances quickly rendered me both blind and feeble, so much so that I soon fell into a stupor. I awoke some hours later in a pile of my own sick and a most curious craving for Toleritos. So notes, Costolorine, and triple dosage. File empty. A. Edwards. Stellar Bride. She's a wide-eyed colonist from Earth. He's a hard-working Saltuna farmer from Monarch. Their attraction blossoms into a whirlwind romance that transforms Stellar Bay. Chapter 3, A Long Way from Arkansas. You can put your things away here, Mr. Elliot said, leading Abby into a dim apartment. The place was small, but it had a certain cozy charm. Abby set her bags on the floor and loosened the straps of her jumpsuit. Mr. Elliot coughed, his face suddenly red. If you get warm, you can always crack the window. Breeze from the bay is real nice. Just be careful about the mantis swarms. As Abby went to take the room key, her fingers brushed his. He had strong, rough hands, a Saltuna farmer's hands. She felt herself blush. You've been ever so kind to me, Mr. Elliot. Call me Archibald, he said. The Passion Broker, a renegade iconoclast driven by his ideals, finds love in the arms of a mysterious man with a tortured past. Will he follow his head or his heart? Chapter 2, Tall, Dark, and Handsome. Come on up, said the voice on the comm. It was dangerous and smooth in a way that reminded Broderick of iceberg-aged whiskey. The door slid open with a whisper of perfumed air. The hair rose along the nape of his neck, and he proceeded up the stairs. The broker sat with his back to a top-of-the-line, mostly charcoal personal heater, slender fingers tented. So this was the mysterious recluse who manipulated Monarch from afar. Broderick could feel the warmth of the heater from across the room, but it was the look in the broker's eye that had him feeling feverish. The broker produced a pair of glasses and a bottle of something that looked expensive. He poured it off and held one of the glasses out to Broderick. For me, he asked, trying to ignore the man's smoldering gaze. Indeed, the broker purred. I hear you are a man of bold taste. Broderick took his glass. The broker continued, dark hair falling over darker eyes. That's why I've got a rare proposition for you. The glass nearly slipped from Broderick's fingers. He drank it in one gulp to hide the tremor in his hand. It burned all the way down. These are so great. Saltuna of the Deep, it's like music for the soul. So Clinic of the Heart, a battle-hardened young Earth Directorate soldier visits a remote clinic on Monarch to heal his injuries. But when he meets Gail, an elegant older nurse, she goes to work on his heart as well. Chapter 34, Healing Touch. Fletcher held her tightly. His strength had returned, that much was clear. Yet here he remained, at the clinic, with her. He shook his head as if he'd read her mind with his perfect green eyes. Gail, the Earth Directorate's calling me back. They want me protecting Byzantium, but I don't know how to leave, not after what we found together. Then stay, she whispered, letting her breath warm his ear. I can certainly find a position for you here. Oh, laws, he moaned, pulling her closer. She pressed a finger to his lips. Shh, the only law here is love. Oh my God, these are so awesome. Account setup requires a persistent connection to Central Communications Tower. Connection is offline. Well, looks like I can come up here to get drugs for Nyoka if the lady, I'm guessing, downstairs doesn't give it to me. Lady or madam. Oh, you can just pick the lock here too. Oh yeah, toxin free. Speed. I don't know which of these she needs. So let me go through the stairs back here. Then we'll go out front and talk to this person proper like. No sign? Okay. Oh my God, those stories are amazing. Like amazing. Abigail Edwards.
Hello, dearie. Why, I don't believe I've seen you before. And with sweet cheeks like those, I'd remember. What can Auntie Abigail do for you?
I've been asked to pick up medicine, some kind of caffeine or steroids. Oh, are you in charge of handing out medicine?
Yes, indeed. Someone's got to keep Stellar Bay's people healthy and energized.
Seems like you've taken a... Is she the... I have to go back and look at the terminal. Is she the one who was doing experiments on herself? Maybe. You certainly seem excited about your job.
Oh, but I am. I get to see plenty of my neighbors here, and I do dearly love a little gossip.
Oh, do you? I do love a little gossip too. I've been meaning to. I've been asked to pick up some medicine, some kind of caffeine or steroids.
Bless your little heart, you must mean caffeinoid. If it's pep you need, one pill does the deed. Now, dearie, who's this pickup for?
Oh, it's for me. I don't know, Auntie. You'll have to pry that secret from my sweet little cheeks. What? Let's just say it's for Nyoka.
Oh, her. It's none of my business, but I have told her Dr. Williams would bump up her monthly allotment if only she'd join MSI, contribute like the rest of us. Now I've gone and said too much. And you know me, dearie. I don't like to pry.
Oh, no. Well, when can Nyoka get her next dose? Doesn't anyone else on Monarch have caffeinoid?
If so, I would love to know where. Sublight supplies don't come cheap. Believe me, there's nothing I'd love better than to help you. But there's not much I can do. Dr. Williams managed the town's allotments from his terminal upstairs. Even I can't access them.
Well, I can. Where can I find this Dr. Williams?
In the town graveyard, I'm afraid. Poor man was always searching for the flower of enlightenment. On the way, he tried some rather daring substance combinations.
Oh, that was him. The flower of enlightenment?
It's a philosophist symbol of some kind, dearie. Never you mind. The graveyard's near the southern ruins. You're certainly welcome to pay our respects, but the bodies tend to attract beasties.
Ooh, okay.
You're gonna go tussle with some raptidons? Because I've been practicing my dropkick.
Do be careful. I'd hate for anything to happen to you, dearie.
You seem like a mean little old lady. Like Hansel and Gretel. Like, every time she says dearie, I feel like she wants to eat me or something. Well, I could persuade or intimidate her, but I kind of just want to go to the graveyard and see what that's all about. So I guess I'll have to figure this out on my own.
Chin up, dearie.
Stop calling me dearie. It's kind of creeping me out. I just said that. So the town doctor's dead, and nobody seems to be concerned about it at all. And she's refusing to, like, change dosages because the town doctor's dead. I don't understand that thought process, but all right. Oh, look, container, yay. I love all the little alleyways and... Okay, so now where am I? So I need to still do over this way. But it looks like part of it's been cut off. This looks like big hotel or something? No, it's nothing. It's all blocked off. Trash. Ugh, I can't get in there because there's a guy. We've been in...
Help! Someone's been killed!
What's going on?
I think I'm gonna be sick.
Oh no. Pull yourself together and tell me what happened.
I clean the apartments while everyone's at work. I've seen all sorts of messes, but this... If you're going into the apartments, do not go into the lower one on the right. That's where the body is.
Oh, I'm totally going there.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go contemplate a hot shower.
You need to contemplate a hot shower? What is this stellar... Is this the... No. I gotta find that Sebastian guy still, right? For, what's her face? Everett Gill.
Good day to you.
Hi. Chef Raymond.
Whoa, by the stars, my poor heart. I just about pissed my jumpsuit.
Can I have your hat? Your hat's kind of cool, although I like my moon mask better. You would think more people would say something about the fact that I have a moon mask on, you know? Why would you admit that to anybody?
Because there's no shame in having overactive bladder muscles, all right? It's a perfectly normal medical condition.
Okay.
We're used to folks swooning at our feet. You don't gotta be embarrassed.
A healthy survival reflex is nothing to be embarrassed about. Besides, this place is enough to try anyone's nerves.
Okay. How is that?
Where should I begin? With the oversized mantisaurs? Or perhaps the rats spewing acid at our walls? The board was right. This place isn't fit for human habitation, and I was a fool for staying.
Oh. Well, why did you decide to stay in the first place?
Sanjar, of course. He had all these glorious ideas about how he'd run Monarch. Rest periods between every work shift. No shift more than 10 hours long. It all sounds wonderful, until you realize there's only a few centimeters of repurposed steel between you and the deadliest creatures in the galaxy.
Seems like you'd want more than centimeters.
I could do with a few kilometers of cold vacuum, but that spaceship is flown.
Have you ever thought about leaving Stellar Bay?
Only every day. But in case you haven't noticed, we don't exactly get ships on a regular basis, yours notwithstanding. And even if I did scrape together enough to buy passage out with sublight, which would mean reaching Fallbrook without getting eaten, shot, or dissolved into green goo, what then?
You forgot stabbed, that's also a possibility. But why don't you just tell me?
Nothing. That's what. Because MSI is not in what you'd call good standing with the board. So even if I could get out of here, no one's gonna hire me.
Well, not with that attitude, but yeah, that sounds rough.
Even talking about it has my blood pressure up. I've really gotta stop.
I feel bad for this guy.
Lucky you.
There's no way I can help him? Can I take your stuff? Or a salt tuna. But at least it's actual fish this time and not sprats disguised as salt tuna. They have like 2 bars or restaurants or something?
Well done.
Thanks. I do try really hard. Vortex mace, more junk, and all the ammo I need. Well, I can always use more ammo. Well, let's go across the way and see what's going on in those apartments over there. Although I have so much carry weight now, it's amazing and I love it. Totally worth the perk point for it. So there's a murder that went on over here, and this is where I need to go anyway for the secret people, which is Braxton. He was the one who knows how to feed the Saltuna so that they don't get tumors but get fat. Okay. Oh, was he the one who's dead, I wonder? Well, that's not gonna be good. Let's quick save before I start looting and potentially have someone come yell at me. Oh.
A murder? Hey, is this the part where we go hunting for clues?
What a gruesome way to die.
Felix is way too excited about things that he should not be excited about. So, what was the quest that just popped up? It's the stainless steel rat. A man's been killed in Stellar Bay apartment. It falls to you to figure out what happened to him. So search the apartment for clues. It's not clear what happened to the victim, but something in the apartment might point you in the right direction. Is this the guy that I needed to find? I feel like he's dead. As I walk on the tables. Oh my, I'm not sure how he died, but that's a lot of blood. Tossball betting slip. The betting slip lists some increasingly bold wages made for a team called Mostly Colonists. It's from left field Tossball betting. Ooh, did he have a gambling debt and then was murdered because he couldn't pay or wouldn't pay? Perhaps he was roughed up a bit too much? Hastily packed suitcase. Several ragged outfits, all the same cut and color, were stuffed into this suitcase. Ooh. Apparently I finished searching the apartment for clues. Investigate left field tossball betting. Yep. Whose apartment is this over here? Hello, resident.
We don't get many outsiders.
I know. I hear that a lot. Ugh, can you go away, resident? To S. Nandi. Okay. Mr. Nandi, sorry to bother you about this, but something foul is leaking from the apartment upstairs. I don't know what Celia is keeping up there, but she works for you, right? Do you think you could talk to her about it? She's the one who's buying all this stuff from Sebastian. I still gotta find that guy. To I. Rose. Isaac, can you please try to keep your windows shut? As I've tried to explain, leaving them open, especially when you've got food out, invites mantis swarms, and a mantis swarm infestation is everyone's problem. And then to B. Hecht, that's the guy we gotta find. Braxton, I know you keep odd hours. I know because I've heard you coming and going at all times of the day/night, haha. But maybe you could try to close your door a little more quietly. I have rather sensitive nerves, and every time I hear your door, I think we're in the middle of another Amber Heights. Whose terminal is this? It's like your annoying neighbor, you know? I mean, I've had those. They're constantly complaining every time you turn on the TV because it's just too loud. Maybe speaking from lots of personal experience.
Whatever you do, don't mention Tossball to Isaac. You'll never hear the end of it.
You know, I haven't seen him in a while.
If you'd gotten stuck in an hour-long rant about mostly colonists, you'd be thankful.
Was he killed because he talked too much about Tossball? Is that the guy downstairs, maybe?
I don't have time for this.
Yes. Shh. Try not to say shh quite so loudly. Shut the door behind you guys. Come on. Okay. Model spaceship. Okay, we're still looking for... What was his name? Braxton? For the secret people? Braxton. Is this him? That's Laura. Who are you? Out for deliveries, dropping a care package off with the Mathers in the old ruins south of Stellar Bay. Be back soon. Laura, I know you're reading this. Stay out of my things. Laura?
You startled me. Don't sneak up on a person like that, huh?
Why is everyone in this town so jumpy?
Jumpy? Who's jumpy? I'm not jumpy. Everything's spinning. I'm just gonna take it easy, okay?
So the guy who works on the fish isn't even in town either. So I need to... Braxton was making a delivery to a house south of Stellar Bay. Perhaps you can find him or an indication of where he might have gone next. Okay. Maybe. But I think the first thing I want to do is actually work on this murder mystery. So we need to go back to the Tossball betting place. Did I finish exploring? Hang on. I think I did. No, I didn't. Now I think I've finished exploring. Another workbench. Where? Oh, there's the workbench. Okay. And there's more people over here to talk to. Okay. Well, I'm going to pause here for today because we are at that time where I do need to pause. And then on Saturday, we'll pick back up here. We'll finish. Oh, wow. There's so many things to do over here. Oh, there's Sebastian and then Zhang. But yeah, there's a couple more people to talk to. And then maybe we will work on this murder mystery and then perhaps leave the town and go. We have to go to a graveyard. We have to find the guy making deliveries. There's lots of little side quests that I want to kind of wrap up before we get Nyoka her caffeinoid pills and then head out to work on the main quest. I don't know if I should do the side quest to Fallbrook or not yet, but we'll worry about that on Saturday. So as always, thank you so very much for watching. Please do keep yourselves safe, and I will see you again on Saturday with another new Outer Worlds video.